About that time for American Ganja, man. Smoking.
Welcome once again to another edition of the American Ganja Smokecast. I'm your host, Harlem Wood, joined by the beautiful Miss Nika, my co-host for this evening. Say hello.
Hey, it's your girl, Miss Nika.
Hey, she's back again.
Yes.
And, you know, one of the things I want to do to get this show started today, right? I want to address one of the things that we spoke about, I spoke about in the first show.
Mm-hmm.
All the features, the smoke elimination features of the Tesla, it got me thinking, you know, what are the best ways to eliminate smoke? Like, I mean, that's obviously for your car, if you could have that type of money, you know, but what about, you know, the average Joe? What can you do in your home to eliminate smoke odors when you're smoking reefer, you know? When you lighten up a loud one, or, you know, if it's a quiet one, you know. So I did some research, and one of the things I came across, this is very surprising, you know, this thing called a sploof. I had never heard of this before. You know, it's like, okay, basically what you do is you take a sock, some dryer sheets, and a paper towel roll. Empty paper towel roll, you know. Doesn't matter what brand of paper towels you use, or dryer sheets. Apparently it doesn't matter. Scent, I don't think it matters at all either. But you take your dryer sheets and you stuff them inside the paper towel roll, right?
Okay.
And you take that and you stuff that inside the sock. Now, as far as dryer sheets are concerned, they're suggesting like 30 or 40 you know, dryer sheets here. I don't know. I guess you can use more. I guess you can use less, but I'm pretty sure, I'm guessing the more you use, the more effective it is. But here it is. So you take that, right, and you put that inside the sock, and you pull the sock all the way up to the neck of it, you know, and peep this, right? When you light your joint, you blow your smoke into it, right?
Into the sock?
Into the fucking sock, right into the damn tube. I don't know if I would do that.
Nah, I want my smoke in the air. I don't want it in no tube.
Yeah, real talk, cause I mean, isn't that gonna make your lips numb?
Yeah, don't that defeat the purpose of smoking? You know, cause you want to light the air up. You don't want to eliminate the smell and the goodness. You know what I'm saying? You want all your smoke.
Exactly. You want that smoke in the air so you can feel the vibe. I mean, at least I do. You know, I don't know about anybody else, but look, we got some other things that, you know, I found.
Okay, yeah, like, let's try something different. Incense
is, you know, one of the big suggestions. Now, I personally prefer incense, but I don't know if it's actually going to eliminate smoke odors. It's going to mask it. It's definitely going to mask it, but elimination, no.
But it helps the vibe in the room.
It definitely does, though.
You know, it gives you a good mellow vibe. You can enjoy your smoke, you know, and just chill out, you know?
Absolutely.
So I feel like incense, yeah, it's not a smoke eliminator, but it's a good viber, you know? Yeah. It gives you that zing.
Yeah, it gets you there.
Yeah.
It helps you reach the you know, where you want to be. It gets you mellow because it brings that zen into the room. You know what I'm saying?
That relaxation. Yeah.
And I mean, even if you're not a smoker, it's just in general something good to smell in your living environment.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you got that Nog Champa.
I did that.
You know, that's one of my favorites. You know, that's like my top thing right there, Nog Champa. I just, you know, that's what I like. But outside of incense, you know, we're also talking sprays and vaporizers. Okay, let's deal with the sprays first, right? A lot of people say Febreze. I love
Febreze.
How you feel about Febreze, though?
I love it.
Do you think it really can eliminate?
Most definitely, yes.
I mean, I've heard it eliminates smoke odors, but I mean, it's like wet as fuck, ain't it?
No, not really. It all depends on, you know, how much you use and how close you are to the object or whatever you're using it on. You know, because I've had great experience with Febreze.
Okay, but what if you're using it on the air?
Okay, they have like the Febreze spray, you know, like deodorizers. You don't have to just use, you know,
true.
the sprays or whatever.
Now, see, when it comes to stuff like that, you know, one of the things that I actually have personal experience with is this spray that you get in basically any store, you know, like Walgreens, CVS, or whatever. You know, it's called Ozium. Comes in like a little spray tube, looks like perfume or whatever the hell. But this stuff works amazing.
And what it's called?
It's called Ozium. Ozium.
Okay.
And it comes like in a little white canister or whatever, you know, but it works awesome. Like 6 or 7 sprays, and I mean, you can pretty much bet that you won't smell anything other than clean and fresh air.
Oh, wow, okay. Sound like something I might be looking into.
Now, I don't know if it's halfway as good as what's in that Tesla, but it'll damn sure get you there.
Okay.
I can honestly tell you it's gotten me out of a few situations. But other than that, you got vaporizers. Now, vaporizers, yeah, I can see that they can, you know.
They're expensive, right?
They are expensive. So it's not really a quick fix. So I wouldn't say that, you know, I mean, because you're going to spend like $60-$70 on a vaporizer. And, you know, that's if you can get one that cheap.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the Ozium.
Yeah. Go with the cheap stuff. Sure.
Yeah, it's a quick fix. It's probably like $6 or something. Probably not even that much. I'm more than likely over exaggerating the price. It's been a while since I actually had to get one.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I got some Ganja headlines coming up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good things going on in Ganja news. But first, before we get into that, Miss Nika, yes. I heard you got some munchy finds for me, baby.
You know your girl got the munchy finds of the week. That's what Miss Nika do. You know I gotta do it for the smokers. So Miss Nika found 3, excellent munchy finds for y'all this week.
Oh, please tell me more.
You know your girl loved the site Tasty, Instagram, Facebook. Look them up. This is where Miss Nika stays, looking for the best munchy finds of the week.
Oh yeah, if you don't know, she about to tell you something.
Yes, but the first one I'm gonna tell y'all about, get ready for this, is mini peanut butter cheesecakes. Wow, but there's a twist. You're going to use Ritz crackers.
Oh, I think I like where this is going.
So, here it is. You're going to get your Ritz crackers, right? And you're going to make you some mini peanut butter sandwiches with these Ritz crackers. Then you're going to take those Ritz cracker sandwiches you just made and put them in your cupcake holders.
Okay.
You know, and let them sit there. Then you're going to get your cheesecake filling ready. You know, you're going to get your cream cheese, your sugar, your eggs, you know, mix all that together. Then you're going to pour that on top of your peanut butter crackers.
Okay, I like that.
Then you're going to bake that for 22 minutes.
22 minutes?
Yes. When you pull them out, you're going to let them cool. Then you're going to stick them in the fridge for 2 hours. Then when you pull that out, enjoy that. Yeah.
Enjoy you will. Damn, that sounds good.
Yes, it does. You know, it's gotta be good because Ms. Nika found it. And I find nothing but the best. But I got another one for y'all. If that wasn't, you know, on your level, Ms. Nika got better. So, we got mini caramel pops. You know.
Caramel pops. Oh,
yes.
Please tell me more about this one.
You're gonna get your Granny Smith apples, like 2 of them. Then you're going to need you a melon scooper.
Melon baller?
Melon baller.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
You know, some people call him a melon scooper. Some call him a melon baller.
Yeah,
Miss Nika going to call him a melon scooper because that's what Tasty calls him.
And whatever you call it, you know what it is.
You know, you're going to get you some popsicle sticks. And after you finish scooping out your apples, you're going to pop your popsicle sticks in your apples. You know, your little scoops. Then you're going to get you some caramel dip for these apples. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to dip your apples in this caramel. Oh. Now here's the twist. You can make it whatever you want to make it. You can use your cake toppings, crumble you up some cake and top it on there.
Oh damn, that sounds pretty
good. Or you could chop up some candy bites and, dip it in there.
How about peanuts?
Your peanuts, your cookies, whatever you like to top it with.
Yeah, I think I like that.
And enjoy. It's something fun for you smokers, something good to eat.
Fuck that.
And even if you're a parent, hey, hit it up with your kids. It's summertime coming up. It's an excellent summer idea. You got the kids home, nothing to do. Hey, make some caramel pops. They all gonna love them. But we all know Memorial Day is coming up. I can't forget Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Oh, yes, Miss Nika cover all bases, baby.
You got something I can do on the grill?
Oh, yes, I do. It wouldn't be Memorial Day if I didn't have a grill idea.
Oh, now that's what's up.
So, our grill idea of the week and the best of all Miss Nika has for you. Okay, what we have is grilled cinnamon peaches with pecans. Did y'all hear that? I don't think y'all heard Miss Nika. I said I got grilled cinnamon peaches with pecans.
Oh my God.
Yes. So if you grilling this Memorial Day, please hit this up. So you want to go and get you some firm peaches.
Firm peaches.
And you want to cut them in half.
Okay.
So you're going to let those just sit. And while you got those sitting, you're going to get you a pot. And you're going to put your pecans, your butter, your brown sugar, and your cinnamon in the pot. Turn it on and heat it up. Get it all nice, gooey, and going in that pot.
Oh, man, I like the way you put
yes.
that. Gooey and going.
Yes. Then you want to get them peaches, and you want to just lather them up. I mean, let them bathe in that nice sauce. Then you pull those out and throw them on the grill. Grill them up real nice.
I was about to ask you where the grill come in.
Oh, that's what we gonna get the grill.
So you putting this on the grill?
Yes, I'm putting this on the grill.
I like that.
Then you put that on the grill. Get it all nice and get your nice grill marks now. She want those grill marks. It ain't grilling if you ain't got your grill marks.
Damn right.
Get that peach all nice and get it caramelized, with your good sauce. Put that on a nice plate. Now here's where the good part come in.
Oh,
you're going to get you a scoop of vanilla ice cream. You don't like vanilla? Put whatever topping of ice cream you like. But Miss Nika loves vanilla. So you're going to put that on top of there.
Vanilla with the bean in it.
Yes. But now, here's the good part. That nice caramel sauce you made with that brown sugar and them pecans.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, put
take that and pour that right on top of your ice cream. Right over the top. Get you a nice fork, spoon, whatever you feel you want to eat with, and dig in. I mean, enjoy.
Boy, I don't know about you, but you got me wanting me some damn. Oh, man.
That's the Memorial Grill of the day.
I can't wait.
Yes, that's the grill for the week. So if you're grilling this Memorial Day, even if you're not grilling, you ain't got nothing to throw on the grill, I'm pretty sure you can scour up some peaches.
You damn right.
And you can throw them on the grill.
That's going to be on my priority. That's on my shopping list right now.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, this week in the Ganja headlines, Ohio became the 25th state to legalize medical marijuana. And Delaware legislators are seeking to expand the eligibility for medicinal marijuana.
Wow.
Now, let's start with Ohio. Okay, 25th state to legalize medical marijuana. Hooray!
Yay!
Another one on the map. That's 25. That's half the country now.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? We're moving in the right direction, people. It's beautiful. Now, there is a niche, though. There is one thing. There is no smoking or growing at home.
Oh no.
Like how they do in Colorado and California and some of the other states where marijuana is legalized, There's none of that there,
Oh, that sucks.
I don't even believe that they have stipulations for you can take it outside of I don't know what it's for. You know what I'm saying? You can't smoke it at home. You can't grow it at home. Basically, I think what it is they have medical facilities where you go and you get treated. Like people with chemotherapy get treated. You would go and get marijuana treatment.
No fun.
it's not fun, but one thing it is, and kudos, because it's wonderful for the people who really, really need it.
True. Just
as long as they make it accessible for people who really, really need it. You know what I'm saying? Not like some of the how it is in Florida. There is a form of legalized marijuana in Florida, whether people know it or not. But it's available only to people who are basically like within minutes of death.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Exactly. Don't you want to get them before they get that way?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now, whereas here it is, you can give marijuana to people who really, really need it and help ease their pain, to help ease their anxiety, their suffering. It helps in so many ways. And that brings me to the next one. In Delaware, they want to introduce a bill that will allow medical marijuana to terminally ill patients of all ages.
Wow.
They want to pass this bill to make it available to children and as well as adults.
Okay, but how would you, administer marijuana to children?
There's more ways than just smoking, and a lot of people don't realize that. The first thing people think of when they hear marijuana, they picture somebody smoking, like Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
But we are in an age of technology and revolution, and there are so many ways to consume the essence of cannabis without having to smoke. You know what I'm saying? There are oils out there, and they can be used to treat patients like children, and that can bring a whole lot of relief to a whole lot of families who really can't find the answer in so many ways through modern medicine. You know what I'm saying? Because children suffer the same way adults do. It's good for more than just aches and pains, honestly. I mean, I've actually seen a story where there was a young child. I can't remember whether it was in America or somewhere abroad, but it was like a 6-7-year-old boy. He had chemotherapy, and his family couldn't afford the treatment anymore, and a doctor suggested cannabis treatments for him. And 7 months later, this kid's cancer free.
Wow.
Cancer free.
And how did they treat him?
With cannabinoid oils. I don't know exact course of treatment, but I'm pretty sure it involved cannabis oils and absolutely no chemotherapy.
Wow.
It did in 7 months what chemotherapy couldn't do in almost a year.
Okay.
That's one of the deepest things that I see, and that's why I fight so hard for legalizing marijuana in America, and I push the Legalize America movement so much on Instagram and anywhere I post anything about American Ganja, Smokecast, or American Ganja in general. I push that because I believe in it, because it's not just something that people can just you want to have fun, be free, and do your thing, but it really is something out there that can benefit someone. There are medicines that can't do what cannabis can do.
That's true. And I feel like it's probably better than chemo because it's less invasive. With chemo, you sick, it pulls your hair out, your hair falls out and things like that. I'm pretty sure with the cannabis treatments or whatever, you don't have all of that after sickness and things like that from
exactly, because cannabis is completely and totally natural. All the other medicines are just chemical solutions. Chemical solutions to a natural problem.
And chemo is pretty much killing you slowly. Even though there's a couple of different chemos out there, if you ever had a family member that go through chemo or knew anyone that went through chemo, it's a very, very hard thing to go through. Just to see someone you love go through that.
Exactly.
And you can find something easier for them to go through. I'm all for it.
So hard to watch. And that's why, I really I mean, even though the bill is very, very controversial right now, I push for it 100% for patients of all ages to be able to access medical marijuana, not just in Delaware, but everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, because it should be available to anyone who needs it.
That's true.
You know, and the government shouldn't have the right to say no. That's the way I believe. You know, and you know, everybody tuned into this show this week looking for all fun and games. You know, I want to say one thing. You know, when it comes to the cannabis community and marijuana and everything, everybody thinks smoking is all about just fun, games, and rah, 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 let's just party, party, party. But listen, the American Ganja Smokecast is much more than that. What I want to do is bring people into a light where they know that cannabis is not something that's harmful to people. It's helpful. And that's the whole message behind everything that we want to do right here on the American Ganja Smokecast every single week. We want to make sure that those people who are ignorant to the facts can get that message. You know, it's not a bad thing. And there's no way that you can make it look horrible. Society made it look horrible, but it's not horrible at all. So what we stand for is the people who marijuana can actually reach out and help. People who need it. People with anxiety issues. People with, you know, schizophrenia. Did you know that marijuana can actually help ease people with schizophrenia? There's been studies now.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, I was actually looking and there were studies that people were in like a focus group, and you know, all these people had schizophrenia. They would have psychotic breaks every now and then, all kinds of stuff. And they were given a course of marijuana treatment. I'm not sure exactly what the treatments were, but most of them have been basically alleviated of most of those symptoms.
Wow.
And I mean, that's the type of level we're talking about here as far as medicine is concerned. And you got haters out in Washington that want to block this from people. You know what I'm saying?
But alcohol is okay.
And alcohol is fine. And it kills so many.
Yes.
And it's not good for you. It kills your liver. It kills your kidneys. Hell, you don't have to get in the car and drive to die from alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Drink enough of it, you'll kill yourself.
Exactly. Marijuana is not going to do that to you. Number one, alcohol is chemical. Marijuana is natural.
Yes, so true.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even fathom the two together. You know what I'm saying? They're not together. They're not the same.
Not at all.
Marijuana is one, and alcohol is the other. I mean, I'm not knocking drinking. Drink responsibly. Smoke responsibly.
Yes.
Do it all responsibly.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Don't be a dick. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be a dick. You know, I usually want to have some fun, but I thought I wanted to take some time out to deliver a serious note to all of the listeners of the American Ganja Smokecast. Let you know that this is a serious show. This is serious business, and we want to give you serious views on everything that's going on in this world. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the cannabis community.
Yes.
Now, we have fun too, and we're going to have fun again next week. Now, I want to leave you guys with that thought. So there's no Smoke Out Song of the Week this week.
Aww.
But want to leave you to think about everything that we've discussed in this show today. Please subscribe. Listen again next week. Follow me on Instagram. Comment on our YouTube page. Hey, I'm on Instagram. Go get Ganja. Follow Miss Nika. Miss Nika 305. She's on Instagram. She's starting to get things rolling.
Yes.
But listen to us again next week. Drop us some comments. Let us know how you feel about everything that we're bringing to you.
Yes.
I'm Harlem Wood for the American Ganja Smokecast.
Miss Nika, we out.
Peace. We'll see you next week.
It's about that time for American Ganja Man.
Hello everybody, this is Harlem Wood, host of American Ganja Smokecast, reminding you to tune in for new episodes every Friday. Listen and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, or your favorite app on your Android or iOS device. In the meantime, learn more about us on our website at americanganja.thisisharlemwood.com.